What's up, you? For today's video, with a full Rellor evolution team. Today, I'll be using Rellor and Rabsca. I'll be using 2 of the Rellor and 2 of the Rabsca. They've got the abilities Compound Eyes, hidden abilities Shed Skin and Synchronize, and we also got Telepathy as well. So nothing super amazing there at all. More primarily a special attacker, and it also is one of the few Pokemon to get Revival Blessing as well. So I tried to put at least one set with Revival Blessing. I've got 4 battles today, and I hope you enjoy. First battle here we got is on the Poke Portal, and we got a Rellor lead against a hacked Roaring Moon. Now, this is going to have boosted energy, obviously, and it's going to be boosting up its attack stats. So this Rellor is a Quick Claw Defense Girl rollout set with Leech Life and Gunk Shot Compound Eyes as the ability. So funny enough, they use Flamethrower instead of using a physical move, which is rather interesting. Maybe they thought I was running like a defensive set, because Rellor does have a better defensive set. I actually got all my health back with Leech Life virtually, so that was awesome. So I went for it again, and they're sort of making their mind up. They went for Dragon Rush, and it's going to miss. So Rellor is going to get a nice little KO there at the start, fainting the Roaring Moon. So such a splendid start to today's battle. Now, that was Max Attack Adam Nature for EVs 2, and we're going to flex that golden little nugget there, taking out the hack Pokemon. Next Pokemon, what is this, PokeAss.com? Oh no, it's another hack Pokemon. So we got Cinderace. This is a massive problem. So I had Gunk Shot. I thought maybe I can get a poison off here. They're going to go for a Pyro Ball. Obviously, Rellor is not going to live that with no Everlight or anything. So that's the end of Rellor, but a good start at least. I can also see it's got the Life Orb on top of that as well. We're going to bring in Rellor number 2. This is a bulky defensive set. We've got Rest, Iron Defense, Mud Slap, and Sludge Bomb. Max health with Everlight. And unfortunately, it's also going to get torched by Pyro Ball. So this is very, very bad. I need to take out this Cinderace. I think my opponent brought 5, or I think they brought like 5 Pokemon. Yeah, they brought 5 Pokemon instead of 6. They probably looked at my team and thought, oh, this team's going to be easy to beat, right? So we're bringing in Rabsca. They're going to go for a Libero U-turn. That one is definitely going to faint me. That was my physical Rabsca with Weakness Policy. More on that set a little bit later. So now they're going to be swapping out with the U-turn, thank goodness. And the next Pokemon to come in is going to be Palafin. So Palafin is in its baby form here. So my last Pokemon is Rabsca. I only brought 2 of each for a challenge. And this is my stored power set. So we've got Speed Swap, Cosmic Power, Stored Power, and Recover Terra Psychic. The EV spread on this one was Max Health and Max Defense, Sassy Nature, 0 IVs and Speed. So we're using like Trick Room from the other Rabsca and trying to get a sweep going here. Also, it was good for Speed Swap too. So what Speed Swap does, it actually swaps the base speed of your stat to the other Pokemon. It doesn't include like a boost or anything, but it's quite good. So you can get like a fast, speedy Pokemon and then, you know, set up the Cosmic Powers or Recover and stuff like that. Or even if you're running like a slow Rabsca, that's not like a setup set like Cosmic Power and Stored Power, you can still do that. Very few Pokemon in this gen actually get Speed Swap. So I'm actually getting some Cosmic Powers up here against the Palafin. It's using Acrobatics, but actually able to outspeed it and get enough Cosmic Powers up here, you know, to try and get a reverse sweep. The Pokemon I was a bit worried about was Cinderace, because even though I did Speed Swap, I know that it's going to be able to outspeed the Palafin. So Palafin is continually going for Acrobatics. I guess they're trying to go for a critical hit here. They've still got 4 other Pokemon, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to get some more Cosmic Powers up here at least. Now, this has the item Staffberry. So Staffberry will randomly raise a stat by 2 when it's at a quarter health. I didn't really want to get myself to a quarter health because it was dangerous still with that Cinderace around that could easily swap in. So I decided to go for a Terra Psychic here, so Acrobatics wouldn't be super effective anymore. And we had the Grafaiai swapping in. Oh, it's also a shiny too. Now, this turn I went for a Terra Psychic, and I thought it'd be a good idea to maybe get like at least 1 more Cosmic Power up so I could tank some of Cinderace's attacks and then go for a stored power. The only thing I was worried about with this set, of course, is any dark type Pokemon or Terra Dark, right? So go for a Cosmic Power. That's going to give me another defensive rise and special defensive rise, give me extra boost for the stored power damage. And I was like, well, I've got 3 of them. That's pretty good, and I'm Sarah Psychic, so that's poison, so it's going to be super effective. If it is, right? And then they tear it. I was like, oh no, I hope this isn't going to be like Terra Dark or something. But it was still Terra Poison. So I'm like, okay, that's good. So obviously they've got some sort of poison move and they're hoping to hit me really hard with it. So I'm going to be able to get out sped here, and they're going to use Knockoff. So Knockoff is going to get rid of my Staff Berry. Not that it did a lot of damage anyway. I went for Sword Power here. Interesting enough, they didn't go for a poison move. They went for Knockoff instead. But maybe they feared what sort of item I had. So that's going to be the end of the Grafio, which is good. We've still got 3 more Pokemon here. Can we get this sweep? This reverse sweep, Next Pokemon is going to be Cinderace again. I know this will outspeed me, and I've got Terra Psychic, so at least I'm not going to be... at least I'm going to be able to, tank that Pyro Ball a bit better if they use it. If they use Pyro Ball, I tanked it wonderfully, even with a Life Orb. And then I went for the speed swap here, because I know that Cinderace is the fastest Pokemon on their team so far. So I've got that speed now. I'm going to go for Recover, and maybe they'll miss with Pyro Ball. I was actually kind of low-key hoping them to miss, and that would allow me an extra Cosmic Power, just, damage to Store Power. Instead of that, they're going to go for U-turn again with Libero. That's fine. It's going to do a decent amount of damage, but, I had that Recover up, so it's fine. So they've actually lost a fair bit of their health due to all the Life Orb damage. Last Pokemon on their team to reveal is Ogerpon, was his Cornerstone. This could be a problem because it does have I'm sure it's got the Ivy Cut Gel move there that's going to, has a chance at critting, but that's about it. I wasn't really sure if they had Focus Energy or, whatever they had. So I went for another Cosmic Power. I know it was a bit of a risk, but I had to use that because I know with Palafin in the back and this thing too, they probably would be able to, live that at this stage. So I've got 4 of them up, 4 Cosmic Powers, which is pretty good. I'm going for a cover here. Unfortunately, I didn't have Staff Berry anymore. That would have, I think that would have activated there. So here it comes. It's critic move. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but the thing I was worried about was the crit. Then they swapped it out, and then they went back into Cinderace. I'm like, that's good, because this turn I went for Stored Power. So that's really nice. So Stored Power obviously is going to take out Cinderace. Only had a bit of health left there. And it's not exactly a bulky Pokemon. So all that's left now is Palafin and the Ogerpon. Here comes the hero mode Palafin. And I'm just going to go for Stored Power here. I know they most definitely have Jet Punch, but I've got a lot of Cosmic Powers up. So here comes the Jet Punch. That does donkeys, right? And now I can go for Stored Power. So with 4 of them up and Terra Psychic, I was expecting a pretty good amount of damage, and it almost took it out. So close. Then I went for Stored Power again. They went for another attacking move than Jet Punch, but I outsped them due to being faster than Cinderace. So that's that down. 4 Pokemon down. I can go for Stored Power and take out their last Pokemon now for a reverse Rabsca sweep. And I'm pressing the Stored Power button, and they press the Salty Cancel button. And that's it, people. That is the very first battle. Hope you enjoyed that one. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed that clutch comeback there. And let's get on to battle number 2. This is a battle against Joshua Piles. Now, first Pokemon we got is a Smeagol called Capnite. I was like, what is this? This is like a roast. And we got a Rellor lead here. Now, in this battle, there was some absolutely absurd bad luck at the start here. Not going my way, actually going the opponent's way in terms of bad luck. So I'm going to get paralyzed by Glare, and I popped a Mud Slap here to try and drop the Smeagol's accuracy. So I wasn't really sure what Smeagol was going to do, because Smeagol can virtually do anything. So it paralyzed me. I was like, well, I might be able to get a poison with Sludge Bomb. That could help. And then the Smeagol went for Confuse Ray. My viewers always like to use Thunder Wave, Confuse Ray, attract, flinching moves, all that sort of stuff against me to try and make me salty and stuff. Anyway, also I've got to say this. I did manage to get a really cool Rabsca sweep. So I actually got it by trying out this team. I didn't include it in today's video, so if you'd like to see that Rabsca sweep, let me know in the comment section. I do plan to release it, but I'm not sure. It eventually will be released, but I did actually get that yesterday. You know what? Let's see. If enough people say in the comment section for Rabsca sweep, I'll drop it tomorrow. How's that? So we're going to go for a Sludge Bomb here. Try to get that poison on this Smeagol. It's got Moody too, so it's dropping all its stats and raising all its stats. I can't actually do a lot of damage to it, so I'm really hoping to get a Sludge Bomb. So I got a lot of turns where I got misses here because of that singular Mud Slap, and then I think I never got confused at all by Confuse Ray. So finally I got a poison on the Smeagol after I think it was 3 of them, and Smeagol like virtually cannot do anything to me at all because it keeps missing its attacks. I don't know what sort of set this Smeagol is either. I know it's like Parafusion, but like, you know, what else is there to there? So that was definitely a salty swap, like 100%. And in comes Jirachi. Now this theme team is based on one of the Nuzlocke I was doing from like it was like a box in my PC called the Heaven box. And what that means basically is like all these Pokemon, right? They get killed off by other people watching the stream and stuff, and or trolled or whatever. And then I'm not allowed to use these Pokemon. They don't essentially get killed off, but I'm banned from using them. So that's what this team is all about. If you watch one of my Nuzlocke, you'll probably recognize that. I don't think Jirachi could be, this was a Jirachi that couldn't be nicknamed, but it was called, Doom Desire, or whatever, a Doom Desire, because I kept, oh no, it was Dead Archie, but I kept saying Doom Desire. So we've got this Dead Archie going for a Thunder Wave. It's going to miss against my Rabsca, and with this Rabsca, I can go for speed swap, so I can swap the speed around. So my opponent is having no luck at the moment, which you know, I was definitely happy about. You know, normally I'm getting the bad luck in most of my battles. So we're going to swap into Rellor. Thunderwave misses again. I've got Shed. This is a Shed. Yeah, this has got Shed skin on it too, which is fine, but it was still pretty funny that it missed. So I've got Defense Curl. I thought I might be able to go for Rollout here. So this has got a Quick Claw as the item, and we're going to get that Defensive Curl up. So Jirachi swapping out there. That was a salty swap there. In comes Kyogre called My PP Hurts. Damn. All right, so this was a pretty interesting Kyogre set. So I've got the Defensive Curl up. I was like, let's go for rollout, right? We'll roll out this PP. Here comes Heavy Slam Wailord. I mean, it is a whale, and we're gonna go for a rollout here. All there needs to be is like a Venusaur, and you know, with Fury Cutter, and there'll be like the two worst Pokemon sets. So we've got another rollout here. Rollout number 2. It's hitting pretty hard, but I'm not gonna be able to beat this one unless I get a Quick Claw. And the moment I thought that, I got a Quick Claw on the very last one, and Rellor defeats a Kyogre. Don't ask me. That was like pure luck. I can't believe that. So that's the end of the Kyogre. So man, I was getting insane luck so far. Absolutely insane luck. Next Pokemon is going to be Raikou, and it's going to go for a bite. That's the end of Rellor. Man, imagine if Rellor got a couple more Quick Claws there. That might have like taken the rest. Maybe not Jirachi, but like would have definitely taken the other Pokemon out. So we're going to go to Rabsca. As you know, this is the physical set. I've got Revival Blessing, Leech Life, Zen Headbutt, and Trickery. Max Health, Max Attack, Brave Nature, you know, close or pretty zero IVs there. So this is going to get hit by a bite, and it's going to activate my weakness policy, which is good. It really does need the attack boost. It's not exactly the greatest in attack. I think it's got like it's got 50 base in attack, so it's not exactly what you call a hard hitter. So twisting them dimensions around with Trick Room. Now I can go for Zen Headbutt Flinch or Leech Life to get health back. Zen Headbutt's going to miss, so that's probably like the first bit of like bad luck I got the entire battle, and Bite almost took me out. It's very, very close. I was thinking about going Leech Life, but I was like, no, I've had such good luck. Let's go for a Flinch and then Leech Life. Great damage there, but it doesn't take it out. I probably should have gone for Leech Life. I was being a bit of smart ass there, but I had such good luck, right? But then I was like, maybe my luck's going to turn around. It's going to be like terrible. So bringing in Rellor, I've got Rest, Iron Defense, Mud Slap, and Sludge Bomb. Well, I was like, you know what? Let's do Mud Slap again. I've got the Trick Room up. Hopefully this will work like it did last time. It's going to be good. But is there anyone out there that's watching this video right now? Is Rabsca or Rellor your favorite Pokemon of all time, or a Pokemon you really like? Let me know in the comment section. I'd also like to know whether you like a particular Pokemon that's not really, you know, super overly popular at all. Like, what do you think about it? I'd like to know what you think about it. I quite like it. I like the design of Rellor and Rabsca. I think they're quite unique. But you know, you let me know about that in the comments. I always like to read my comments. So if you've got any feedback or any stuff you want to chat about, chat about your day, put it in the comments. So I always like to read my comments at breakfast time. So I'm eating my breakfast and stuff like that, and reading my comments. It's good. It's like a little sort of like a little thing I do each day. So next Pokemon that's in a Rellor, it got a bit to death there by Raikou. Man, look at those teeth, right? So we're going to bring in Rabsca. Bite is going to miss, so Mud Slap is sort of like helping me out now. And I'm going to go for Speed Swap on the Raikou. Raikou is very, very fast, so I thought that'd be a good idea to do. So now I've got speed swap going. I've got, well, that's also got pressure too, so it's using up double PP. So I thought it'd be a good idea here to use my cosmic powers first before I start using stored power. Well, obviously, because it's going to do less damage and I'm going to use up more of the PP, right? So I can only use like 8 stored powers. So I have to, well, against pressure Pokemon. So I have to make sure I get my cosmic powers up first. So I'm getting as many of these cosmic powers up as possible. The only thing I was worried about, I didn't want to get critted by the like Supercell Slam or Bite or something like that because I had one more Pokeball left. So I decided here just to finish off the Raikou and, you know, and get rid of it. So there was a Jirachi left, which I might be able to take out if I had enough boost up. I had to get like a lot of boost up though. I need like, you know, 6 cosmic powers and then, you know, Terra Psychic. So I decided to set up a cosmic power here. I needed like another 3 of them just to do some kind of damage to Jirachi. It's got great natural bulk and it's going to resist that. Jirachi, however, goes for a healing wish. Like, oh, okay. So it's going to feint itself as like, wait. That's gonna have to heal. That's gonna have to heal Capnite. Like people call this Smeagol Capnite. Like trying to like roast me and stuff. So the Smeagol is gonna get all of its health back. It's pretty like I was thinking this when I was battling this team. It's pretty ironic because usually Smeagol's the one doing those types of things. So I have no idea what this sort of set is. All I know it's got confusion and paralysis. So I'm going for cosmic power here because I thought, look, it doesn't matter if I get paralyzed. I'm probably going to get paralyzed regardless. Let's use cosmic power. Plus, I've also got the synchronized ability too. So if Rabsca gets, say, paralyzed like that, it's going to pass the paralysis onto the Smeagol, which is cool. So now we're about the same speed anyway because it got a Moody boost in attack, and I can go for a stored power. I've got 4 cosmic powers up, so I decided to just go for stored power and, you know, get Smeagol. It's not exactly what you call bulky. So that is the end of Capnite. I don't know what that that set is. Joshua, if you want to let me know in the comment section what that set is, I'd like to know. Maybe you mentioned it, but I kind of forgot. So second last Pokemon is called Suicune. It's called Crying Ben. Now the reason people like give these legendaries nicknames like this is when I get a legendary, right, people like instantly kill it or troll it. They'll be like, you know, they get rid of all the good moves, and you know, Suicune, for example, will be left with like Water Gun or Gust or something like that. So we're gonna go for a little Timmy Terra here on a Rabsca because I really have to. Suicune's got some you know, some good bulk about it, and I got outsped here, which I found interesting. I'm like, wait a second. So here comes the sword power. Doesn't take out the Suicune, and you know, as soon as I see it, I smelled a rat, right? It's like, what's that smell, right? And then I see Miracle. I'm like, yep, I knew it as soon as I outsped it. Anyway, that is the end of the Rabsca. So thank you, Joshua, for the battle. I think there was one more Pokeball left on that Heaven team. I love versing a Heaven team so much. Let's go on to battle number 3 here. This is a battle against Lover Boy, and we have a Lunala League. Now, obviously, Rellor is, you know, a great matchup for Lunala, of course, and we got the Lunala going for a U-turn. So, like, ooh, U-turn, interesting. I didn't know that Lunala got U-turn. Anyway, Mabastipper's going to come in here. I'm going to go for that defensive kill. We're gonna get that defensive boost up, and we're going to see if we can get that rollout going. Now, Play Rough is going to miss, as always. Like, Play Rough always misses all the time. It was like a glitch thing. What the hell? Anyway, you know, it glitched so much. The game must have glitched. Play Rough miss, and I got some solid Leech Life damage on Mabastip. I mean, let's be real. Mabastip is probably one of the least used Pokemon in this gen. I don't actually know. I haven't done a Mabastip team yet. Like I actually don't think I've done that yet, so that's one that I've got coming up eventually. So it's going to use Thief, so it's going to steal my Quickler, which kind of sucks here, and I'm going to keep going for a rollout. I'm trying to get some rollouts happening, so I guess it was kind of bad for them that they missed the Play Rough, and then after that sort of went to a disaster. Next Pokemon's going to be Floatzel. I had one of those like floaties like when I was a kid, right? So I had my little bicycle. I was right next to a pool, right? I'm riding my bicycle. It was like one of those tiny little ones. And then I hit a crack, right, in where the bricks were. And then my front wheel hit that. I flipped over and somersaulted into the pool. Like, my bike and me went in the pool. And I'm like, bruh, I'm floating down into the pool. And then I was rising suddenly. And I was saved by my, I think it was my Thomas the Tank Engine floaty. So there you go. some incredible lore there for you. So out comes the Floatzel almost takes Rellor as. Very, very close. I tried to get a Mud Slap, some accuracy drops here, but it didn't work on the first one. But, you never know. It might help me out on the next one. So, Floatzel is definitely the most threatening Pokemon so far. So, we've got Rabsca. This is the Stored Power set. and they're going to swap out their Float Cell and bring in Lunala. So Lunala is back again. We know this as U-turn already. So I went for speed swap here. I was trying to steal Float Cell speed. It's a very fast Pokemon. But I got that speed anyway, so I actually swapped out and gave them a poor speed stat. I thought that'd be a cool idea. So here comes U-turn again. I'm like, oh no, this is bad, but I have to do it right for weakness policy. So I got the weakness policy. Unfortunately for me, I took a critical hit there to the face, so that probably would have done like half health. Instead of, nearly all of my health. So that's the Lunala gone again, and out comes another Lunala. What is going on here, people? What could possibly, could there be two Lunalas on this team? Anyway, Lunala's going to go for a Phantom Force. This turn, I decided to go for Revival Blessing. I mean, it can't be a Rabsca team without using Revival Blessing at least once, right? And we're going to revive Rellor. So the non-shiny Rellor is back, and Rabsca is fainted. I wanted to get Trick Room up there, but I just couldn't from all the damage I took from U-turn. And we got the Rellor coming in here. They're going to go for a Willow Miss, and it lands. This Rellor, as you know, has got... no, this one's got Shed Skin. No, Compound Eyes. This was the Shed Skin, and that other one's Compound Eyes. Sorry, I'm getting my Rellors mixed up. So I was hoping that I could maybe get a heal from Shed Skin here, and I've got Rest anyway. So Rest, Shed Skin, bulky, like tanky set. Like, this is pretty impressive, right? This one had like nearly, with Everlight at like level 100, it had like 300-ish defense or something. Like, it was pretty impressive. And then I used like Iron Defense on top of that too. I wish I got like Body Press. That would have been funny. Anyway, out goes the Lunala. In comes the Zoroark. So it was a Zoroark Hisuian after all. I'm sure you guessed that earlier on the battle. And Rellor is sleeping on the job at the moment. Now it's going to hit by Bitter Malice. That's doing a lot of damage. And unfortunately here, I didn't get my Shed Skin early enough. Like, I was asleep for 2 turns, and then, of course, after the 2 turns went up, Shed Skin activates. I'm like, of course, that was so handy. Anyway, Zoroark is going to unload a Hyper Beam on my Rellor, and obviously I'm not going to live that. So my last Pokemon is going to be Rabsca, and I thought, well, this is a good chance to go for a speed swap here. I know I won't be as fast as the Floatzel, but at least I'll be faster than Zoroark. It'll have my, like, terrible speed stat. I like speed swaps, quite a good strategy. So I've got one boost up there from Cosmic Power. Here comes the knockoff. It's going to knock off my my Staffberry. Sorry, my Leperberry. Oh, wait, I've got a story to tell you. So, like, I don't know what was going on. Oh, I remember now. So I was going to give this Rabsca Revival Blessing instead of speed swap, but then I sort of like changed my mind at the last moment, and I accidentally left Leperberry on there instead of Staffberry, so that's why I've got Leperberry for. Anyway, in comes the Lunala here. I'm getting some health recovery back with that, and here comes another Will-O-Wisp. I believe this gets Cosmic Power from Clefairy as well. So we've got a burn there, Synchronized Burn, beautiful stuff. Synchronized is fun. When you are, it actually goes your way. So at this point, I've got a burn there. That's actually going to break Lunala's ability, which is good. Not that I'd really expected to one-shot this at all, being resistant to my main attack. So getting some Cosmic Powers up here, lots of them. This seems to be a physical Lunala, so it's like Will-O-Wisp and Phantom Force. The good thing is it takes 2 turns to hit me, so that gives me like lots of time to get Cosmic Powers up. I know that Float Cell can still outspeed me though, so I have to watch out here that I don't have like a really low amount of health when Float Cell comes in. Otherwise, it's definitely going to faint me. So I'm getting some more Cosmic Powers up here. I'm boosting as much as I can. Then the Lunala goes for Teleport, so it teleported out of the battle. The animation was pretty cool. Wait, that didn't really make sense. Did you see that? Like, it disappeared, but then I don't know. That seems kind of weird. It should be like just the Pokeball should be in the air above it, not you see it again and then go back into the Pokeball. That doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I'm going to go for a Terra Psychic Rabsca here, and we have the Zoroark coming in, and it's going to go for Knockoff here. Knockoff is not going to do anything. I don't have any item. Here comes the Stored Power. So Zoroark is obviously faster than me as well. So Zoroark is not bulky at all, and it is going to faint to my Stored Power. So there is a Lunala left, and there is a Float Cell left. Now, Float Cell is going to be going for a Aqua Jet here. So Terra Water Aqua Jet. I was thinking I should just live this, and I easily lived that. So that was awesome. So I was able to get a recover off here. I didn't want to attack the Float Cell. I wanted to get my health back first. I thought that was the best idea. So out goes Float Cell. In comes the Lunala. I went for Stored Power here. Stored Power was like a 2-hit KO on the Lunala. I just went for a double one and I outsped it, which is fine. So that's the end of Lunala. And I think I took a little bit of burn damage there from the burn I previously got. So out comes the Floater. This time it's going to use Wave Crash. Wave Crash is a lot more powerful. That does good damage, but it's just not enough to take out Rabsca. I just had simply too many Cosmic Power boosts up there at the end. And I think that was the last Pokemon, because this is a 4v4. Yeah, it was. It was a 4v4 battle. Thank you for the battle, love boy, Liam there. And let's get on to battle number 4. Now, this last battle, this one is against iLeaf, and this one was a very, very long battle. I had to speed things up a fair bit, like do like 1,000 cuts in this battle. So, this is also a 4v4 battle, and the first Pokemon is going to be Munchlax. So I thought, well, this is a good time to, start off with the Rellor. So Munchlax is going to fling me a Resist Mochi. All my EVs are gone, bro. What's going on? Anyway, so I got that Quick Claw on the second go, and then I got a Rellor. I'm like, this is going good, right? I can roll this team out. Then the Munchlax used Fissure, and it landed on the first go. I was like, no. So that's a terrible start. So I got flung a Resist Mochi, and then hit with a Fissure on the next turn. That's just pure salt, but the salt didn't stop. So we're going to go into Rabsca. I'm going to get my Rellor back because I was pretty salty it died so early. So using Revival Blessing, and in comes the Golden Poop again. Now Munchlax also is going to wiggle its finger, and it's going to have Metro, and it's going to use Spite. Now that was pretty funny because Revival Blessing only has 1 PP, so it was just interesting how I used that. Then Spite was the move that was picked. It only has 1. It was the timing on that all right. So I'm going for Zen Headbutt, and I managed to take out that Munchlax, which is good. So I've used up my 1 Revival Blessing. Out comes Snorlax. Big Snorlax as well. So Snorlax also is going to have Metronome, and Snorlax is going to use Earthquake. I'm going to be able to resist that, which is good. So I can then go for Zen Headbutt. But I noticed the Snorlax did outspeed me. So like, all right, maybe I can get the Trick Room going, and then I can outspeed it. So Snorlax uses Fire Pledge, and that does so much damage. And I'm like, what? That was a critical hit too. But even still, it's like, that must have some kind of special attack investment, that has to be max special attack Snorlax. I know my memes, right? So I got critted, and then I got a weakness positive, which is great, and then I set the Trick Room up. It's like, this is good. So we're twisting them dimensions. I went first with the Zen Headbutt on Snorlax. Great damage, and then Snorlax is going to eat a berry. I'm like, what is this going to be? And it's a Pinch Berry, it's a Potato Berry. So after that Fire Pledge damage, I knew, right? So Snorlax outspeeds me in Trick Room. It was a speed time, like, oh, come on. And it's going to get all of its health back there. So I need to hit it hard again. So it's got all of its health back. I went for Zen Headbutt here. So Zen Headbutt's hitting really hard. It's like a 2 to 3k. So then I outsped it. Almost took it out. It lived on 1 health, and then it's sleeping again. I'm like, okay, cool. I can finally take this thing out, right? And then it's got Snore. I'm like, come on. So it's got Snore, Rest, and it's a complete special set. So, all right, we're going to go into Rellor now. Surely I can outspeed this Snorlax, and Snorlax is fast asleep. So Snorlax is outspeeding me again, and Rellor is going to die to a Snore. I try to hide behind that Golden Poop, but it hit me, and the Snore came through there. So next Pokemon we're going to swap in is going to be Rellor, second one. Snorlax is going to wake up, and it's going to go for a belch. Oh, so it burped on me, and it critted me too. So I'm going to go for Mud Slap. I was like, man, if this Mud Slap doesn't take Snorlax out, like, I'm going to have to, like, quit Pokemon forever. So next Pokemon we're going to Snorlax 2. Wait, this Snorlax is like super smaller. They're like Snorlax the mini. Anyway, so Rellor is going to get paralyzed by Lick, I think it was. And I went for Mud Slap. I thought I might be able to try and set up my other Rabsca with Cosmic Powers. Like, if I can get a couple of turns when those moves miss, I might be able to try that. So here comes another Metro. It's got to use Swallow, and there was nothing to swallow except a ball of dung, which would have been absolutely disgusting. So here comes Sludge Bomb. I was hoping this Snorlax didn't have immunity because I was trying to poison it. Now, it did have a leftovers, and for the purposes of this battle too, I just cut out the turns where I had leftovers recovery because it just took forever, right? So this Snorlax has Yawn and has got Lick as well. So they're fine because that's not going to affect me at all. So I eventually got a poison on Snorlax, which is good. And it's going to keep using Metro. So I think it only has Metro. Then it uses Smackdown. I'm like, oh, come on. So Smackdown is going to take out Rellor. So this is very bad. So all I've got left now is Rabsca, the stored power set with Cosmic Powers, and I really need to get as many Cosmic Powers up as possible. So here comes a Lick on the Rabsca, and I didn't get paralyzed, and I managed to get some Cosmic Powers up, which is good. Now the thing about the Snorlax at the moment, it's already like it's already poisoned, so my Synchronize won't come into effect, right? So I thought, all right, I'm gonna go for Speed Swap on this Snorlax. No one's ever going to use Speed Swap on Snorlax, but I have to because Snorlax is actually outspeeding me. So I'm getting some cosmic powers up here. Snorlax is going for Metro. I was hoping for nothing that was like 4 times super effective, and it got Psycho Cuts. I'm like, okay, that's good. That didn't do too much, but that one, I think that was even a crit too. So I'm going to be sleeping here after all their turns. Now the Snorlax is swapping out, and there's going to be a Munchlax. So it is Munchlax and Snorlax evolution team. So it's 4v4. Now this Munchlax was pretty scary. So it's going to be a Terra. I was expecting either the last one to be Terra or this one here. I hadn't used Terra just yet. I was just kind of just waiting. So it is going to be a Stellar Munchlax. So the interesting thing about Stellar is if you use Metronome with Stellar, it's going to give you a boost on all the types, right? It's going to be cool because you've got all the types there. It's that stabs. So it's going to be really, really nice. I think a lot of people forget that you can use Metronome with that. So I'm waking up here. I'm using Cosmic Power. I'm getting as many boosts up as possible. Now this Munchlax obviously has Everlight. I know that it's got Everlight and it's using Stockpile too. So I need to get myself at least to 6 Cosmic Powers for me to do any damage whatsoever because, it's very bulky. So I'm getting some Cosmic Powers up here. It's going all right. I think I can take out that last Snorlax. It's just this Munchlax that's going to be a problem. So it's going to use Mud Slap. Got that stab, and Mud Slap is going to do, obviously, drop my accuracy. So that's bad. I don't want to let that get too many of them up because if I do, I've only got X amount of stored powers too. So I'm going to go for a Terra Psychic here, Terra Psychic stored power, and I want to see how much stored power is actually going to do to Munchlax. I don't know what sort of investment it's got, but I'd have to assume that it's at least max health. So stored power does donkeys. I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to beat this thing, I'm going to need more than something really funny happen right after this. So it used Grass Pledge. And I was thinking to myself, I can't get rid of its item at all, which is Everlight. How am I going to do this? I have to, max my Cosmic Powers out. So I'm getting some more Cosmic Power boosts up here. Here comes another Mud Slap. So that's 2 accuracy drops at the moment. I'm starting to get a bit worried here if I'm going to actually start landing any attacks. The only thing I was hoping maybe Munchlax would get, Lunar Dance or Explosion or something like that, and it got Psy Shield Bash. So Psy Shield Bash is actually going to increase its defensive stat, but that's fine, though, because I'm using a special attacker. But this thing was super, super tanky. So I'm going for more Cosmic Powers. I think that was Cosmic Power number 4 or 5 on my Rabsca. And then we got another Metronome here. Now, the Munchlax actually used a very, very lucky move. It uses Fling. It flung its Everlight off it. I was like, man, that's so lucky. It was a Dark type move. It was super effective, but the main thing is it got rid of its own item. So I was like, now we got Hope, right? So I almost took it out with that store power. Now they're going to go for stockpile. Obviously, after that, getting rid of the Everlight, they're going to need to at least get 3 of them. So I really needed to go for a stored power and take out the Munchlax. I didn't miss any of my attacks on the last 2, which is great. And that is going to be it of the Stellar Munchlax. That was nearly a disaster, but the salt does not end there, people. The last Pokemon is Snorlax. It is poison, which is good. Now, this went for a little while, so I think they all have got, Metronome. So Snorlax uses Sludge Wave here. So, all right, that's going to do donkeys, right? But Snorlax actually got a poison. I'm like, oh, that was lucky, right? So I poison on the first go. So I'm thinking, well, I need to use Recover soon, right? I definitely need to use that. So Stored Power misses, which sucks. So I'm like, all right, this turn, I absolutely have to use Recover. I've got to get my health back, right? So I'm eating my Star Berry. I wanted to get that low anyway, and I was like, this is going to be good, hopefully. And I got a special attack boost. I'm like, yep, that's great. I can one-shot this Snorlax easy now, right? So then I went for a cover, got lots of my health back. So I was like, all right, I'm in a perfect position to win now. So Snorlax is going to go for Metronome here, and then it goes for Dark Void. He uses the hack move. It's a hack Snorlax, right? Trying to put me to sleep. It has to put on a Darkrai onesie or something. So we've got another Metronome here from the Snorlax, and then he uses Supersonic, and it lands. I'm like, oh, come on. So Supersonic is super bad at accuracy, and it managed to land on my Rabsca. So now I'm poisoned and confused at the same time. But all I need is one hit, one stored power hit, and I've got it. Stored power misses. I'm like, no, this is so bad. So I've got this chance. I have to go for a recover here or a stored power. So this turn, Snorlax is going to outspeed me. Another freaking speed tie. And then it went for Phantom Force. I'm like, oh no, that's going to do some good damage. So he disappeared. And I'm confused at this point in the time. I'm hoping that I don't hit myself at all, and I didn't. I'm like, all right, this turn, I'd live the attack, I'd go for a cover, we get this W on Snorlax. He doesn't have a lot of health back due to the poison, right? So I'm taking poison damage, it's taking poison damage, it's very, very close, right? One more attack will take it out. So I've got 8 stored powers left. I'm going to go for a cover. Here comes the Phantom Force. I lived it, which is perfect. Here comes the Supersonic. I'm like, oh, no way. wait a second. No, don't hit yourself in confusion. And it did right at the end. I hit myself for like 1 damage, and then the poison took me out, and I couldn't use recover. Man, that was a salty finish. Hope you enjoyed this battle, people. You know what? I'm gonna put some pouring salt here because I was super salty about that battle. Hope you enjoyed it, people. I'll catch you next time. Peace out. I'm definitely not salty or anything.